Good morning. My name is Sunny Sen, and I have with me my colleague DK Singh, political editor of Hindustan Times. We are standing here in front of Hindustan Times house on the 100th day of demonetization. And DK, today is the 100th day, and it seems that we have gone back into the past in the first week of demonetization. People say that there are no cash in the ATMs. It's really bad. How do you see things?
Well, when the Prime Minister announced the demonetization decision on November 8th,
Yeah.
the mood in the BJP was one of euphoria.
Okay.
BJP leaders, workers, they were all euphoric.
Okay.
They thought this decision would be the game changer for them in this round of assembly elections. But the mood has changed now. It's a change to despair.
Okay.
Now they're quite uncertain how it will play out. Jury is still out. On March 11 we'll come to know how it has played out. But right now the mood in the ruling party camp is that of despair, because they can see people still getting troubles and getting cash. ATMs, you go to any ATM, you still see some queues. There is no cash in ATMs. And the impact of all this is being felt. In Punjab, I am given to understand, in Punjab, it did very badly for the BJP. In Uttarakhand, there was not much of impact of demonetization, but in UP, the feedback we are gathering is, the feedback tells us that people have, the initial euphoria is gone. People who are supporting the Prime Minister on this issue are doing a rethink now.
Okay. And we are in the election season. And that is also, I'm sure, that impacted the political parties and the situation, especially as you say, the euphoria is gone. Do you think that matters will get worse in the days to come as we get into phases of the UP polls?
Yes, it's starting from bad to worse. That's what you're getting from the
Right,
sound.
right. So there are a few ATMs just round the corner. As some of my friends tell me that there aren't any there aren't any queues. We can't see any queues from here. There is no money in the ATM. Is it because the government is it because of malfunctioning of banks at the bank side? Is it because of something else, or is it just that the government has not been proactively been able to solve this problem?
No, government has been proactive in the sense, the RBI, as far as I know, the government has been impressing on the RBI
Right.
to lift the cap on cash withdrawal.
Yeah.
The RBI has been quite hesitant about it.
Right.
For some reason, the government is not able to convince them. They are being very cautious,
Right.
and they want to do it step by step.
Right.
And that somehow, I'm not sure about the reasons why you have
Right.
no cash in ATMs, because as we understand, the demonetization is underway, not about the economy, but the cash getting into the ATMs.
Is it ironical that Mr. Jaitley, our finance minister, didn't mention about demonetization and the impact of demonetization during the budget, and that seems to be playing out why he didn't mention about demonetization during the budget?
Well, if you ask me, I was in touch with BJP MPs before the budget,
Right.
and there were huge expectations.
Right.
The government was expecting about 2-3 lakh crores of dividends from the RBI. And then they were expecting the government to splurge in terms of freebies, bonanza for the people ahead of elections. Obviously, it didn't turn out the way they wanted.
Right. Right.
So there is this gloom in the ruling camp. And Mr. Jaitley, what he did in the budget was, see, he has...
There is somebody called Shamul Majumdar who says that especially for us in suburban areas, one has to walk 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers and try 20 ATMs to get one that may deliver, get some cash. And it's getting worse day by day.
That's true. I mean, in Delhi, only the day before yesterday, I went to 3 or 4 ATMs actually to withdraw cash. There was no cash available. So
Right.
you can understand the plight of people.
Let's go check it out.
In suburban areas or in villages.
So I can see this ATM says ATM not working. That ATM doesn't have, Vijay Bank ATM doesn't have any queue. Let's walk up to one of these ATMs. I think, this ATM is not working here. So Yeah, you know, as we were discussing this, this is the 100th.
This photography is not allowed inside the bank.
It's okay.
Please. Take care.
So as we were discussing the 100th day, if things are not sorted out well in time, what can be the bigger problems that India as a country might face?
RBI sources tell us by the second week of next month, things will be back to normal.
Yeah.
Let's hope they are right. Let's hope this time, but they're able to deliver.
Right, but isn't this this has been prolonging for a really long time? This next month phenomenon is just never ending, because from the
No, initially you had this problem of calibration of ATMs.
yes,
Then what they are
Then
focusing
there were
then
less
what they're
notes.
less notes, yes, but now what they're focusing on, they're not printing 2,000 rupee notes anymore. Now they have decided to go for 500 rupee notes, 100 rupee notes.
yeah,
Now you'll have all these notes coming to the ATM system now. I don't know whether it's about the volume of notes that is the problem. What exactly is the problem with the RBI right now, I'm not sure about.
right. So I was just having a chat with some people in the advertising sector yesterday. They were saying that the advertising sector has largely been impacted because of demonetization. There has been the sector is down by about 20 to 25%, and this is also because small advertisers, merchants in smaller towns, villages who used to do this binge advertising, that's not happening because of lack of cash.
That's true. I mean, that's
Yeah.
in every sector actually.
Right. And India, the government during the budget talked about a lot about the farming economy, the agriculture economy, Dalits, etc. Just ahead of the elections, it was signaling to cash on that side of the vote bank. Do you think that this sudden crunch in cash will have an adverse effect on the elections, on the political side of things?
As I said, jury is still out. We'll come to know on March 11 how people have responded to it. But the feedback you are getting from the ground is people are upset.
Right.
The euphoria is gone. How it will play out, we don't know yet.
Right.
But in immediate context, maybe people are upset. And in the long run, as Mr. Jaitley tells you, or anybody else in the government, they assure you,
Yes.
it will do good to the economy.
Right.
And let's hope for the best.
Right. We are talking about demonetization. It's the 100th day. The cash crunch seems to have returned like it was on the first day, and things are getting worse. So we have at least 3 ATMs around the corner. This is in prime location of Delhi, Central Delhi, Connaught Place. 3 locations, none of them have cash. With me is a political editor, Mr. D.K. Singh, and we were discussing about what are the political ramifications, economic ramifications if this cash crunch continues. The government has not been able to sort out the problem so far in more than 3 months. It just seems that we are back to phase 1 of demonetization. If this problem continues, India is getting into an election season. There is election in UP. And the largest state in the country, and things can spiral out of the party's control, out of BJP's control.
So the worry for the ruling dispensation is if you lose this election,
Yes.
especially in UP, it will put an added pressure on Modi government
Right.
to actually be very conservative in its approach to economic reforms.
Right.
They'll be looking for populist measures.
Right.
The long-term plan that Jaitley has laid out in his budget
Right.
to basically resurrect the economy
Right.
will probably fall apart if you don't have the political support for the strong measures you are trying to take.
Right.
And this is why these elections are very important.
Right.
Because you have so many economic reforms pending which may not be very popular with your party's brass. You already have some RSS affiliated organizations putting pressure on you to
Right.
go back on those measures. You have to go for labor reforms. If you lose these elections,
Right.
all these things, the fear is all these things will go on the back burner.
Right. I have somebody called Anil Ram suggesting that just shut down all ATMs and give small amounts of money to banks, then we will have a cashless economy and we can meet the aspirations of the Prime Minister. Things like these. So it just seems that, and messages are flowing. Yes, there were teething problems, probably due to lack of homework, but the step was well intentioned. Such things do happen. It seems that India is still showing some resilience towards this cash crunch. It's unique.
That's more to do with the Prime Minister's credibility.
Okay.
Fact is, the Prime Minister is still very popular. People still believe that what he has done will ultimately result in something good for the country.
Right.
And that's people's faith which is speaking. Otherwise,
Right.
they're very, very upset. But what is puzzling, Sunny, what is very puzzling is why the RBI is not coming out with categorical answers.
Yeah.
What is going wrong? Why are the ATMs empty? So this absence of any answers is what is unsettling people.
Right.
They don't know where it's going to end.
Right.
Come on, come out with some statement. Okay, by this date, you'll have ATMs.
Right.
Flush with cash, whatever. Come out with a clear statement.
Do you feel that the government or the RBI, or for that any government body, is taking the patience of the people of this country for granted? It just seems to go on and on and on.
I won't say they're taking for granted, but I think the government still don't know how to tackle the situation. Yeah.
Okay. Great. It was lovely chatting with you, DK. DK Singh, political editor of Hindustan Times, and Sunny Sen, I write for business for Hindustan Times. Lovely. Please stay connected on Facebook with us. Thanks a lot for your time, for watching us.
Thanks, Sunny.